I'm so glad that I saw that ad on Instagram. Mate, honestly, it's like I don't know what I would have done otherwise. It's like, yeah.
All right then. So this is Ben Menashe, one of our creatives, who's made some good progress in the program, some great progress in the program. Ben, I don't know if you want to take the floor for a second, mate. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Ben. I've been doing filmmaking, I guess, for a year and a half, almost 2 years. Background is in tech, product management. And yeah, I when I started doing stuff, I was reaching out to people and kind of like didn't really know what to do. I think I was quite happy with my progress on the creative side and the editing and all of that. But in terms of getting clients and adding value to clients, or at least what now I know as adding value to clients was a bit of a struggle. And that's why I joined the program.
Good stuff, mate. Well, you obviously came to the right place. And like, where do you feel like right now? Then I suppose let's just jump straight into the mindset. Like, how do you feel now in comparison to before? Like where would you say you were at before, and the way you viewed your own approach and yourself in comparison to now?
Yeah, so I guess before I kind of looked at the things as I want to make videos for companies and brands and people because I think videos will help them. But actually making connecting the dots between what that help means and how what the success with that video looks like, I think I didn't really know and didn't really appreciate. And my mind was a lot of like, right, let's get on a call and tell them I'm gonna make you a really good video. Whereas now it's about let's understand what that video needs to do for them and where they're coming from. I hope I'm not jumping into other topics, but I think like the discovery process, the discovery calls process, I think is one of the most valuable things that anyone can go through. Like n not necessarily just in this. Um, yeah, that this has been really, really helpful, even with some small existing clients that I've had. I think for the later processes and even like meeting in person with people, I think that whole discovery process is so valuable for both myself and the clients to kind of get on the same page, understand where their problems are, and really come up with something that will be viable for them and happy for me to work on. Yeah.
Totally, man. It's you can't add value unless you know what the value is, and you got to, you backwards engineer enough stages. It's just asking the right questions, and yeah, what? So in terms of the discovery process, like what we've done is taken all the data from everyone's discovery calls. I've reviewed so many discovery calls over the past 3 years from all you guys, and just gathered all that data and compiled it into one very specific formula now. So how's that been for you, would you say?
It's been great. I mean, I remember I had a chat with something that actually didn't materialize. That I'm not ashamed to say it, but the client basically we went through the whole process and everything that they saw, and they feel. And I on that call, I was listening a lot and then giving them feedback from the bit of research that I've done. Um, and they were surprised. They were like, "Oh, before we were just going to talk about the video, but we were literally talking about our whole marketing process and." We've identified things. And then on the follow-up call, when I actually presented to them a proper pitch basis that initial discovery call, again, they were quite surprised in a positive way. They're like, oh, you came back with a full strategy and identified this, and that. And I think it's something I got from the course as well of always trying to add value. So even on that initial discovery call, I gave them a few pointers and it's like, look, your website is great, but when you do your case studies, it'll be good if you add the logos of your partners and whoever you worked with. And I've noticed, and on the second call, it was verified that all those little pointers I gave them on the discovery, they've actually went on and did. And again, we didn't end up working together because it wasn't the right fit for them at the moment because they still want to refine their product. And we're gonna have another call early next year. But the fact that I know that I've added value to them is really good. It's really, really good and really, really nice. It's not something that I would have done before. And I think those discovery calls are key to that.
Totally. And even just establishing a relationship and building that rapport, because I've said this a few times, but if I was running four creatives 20 years ago, I would just tell everybody go out and network in person because that is ultimately what we do in different ways now. And obviously in person is a big part of it still. But establishing relationships with people is how you become that growth partner to them. Would you say that's would you say that's how you view yourself at the moment then, as opposed to like how do you view yourself now in comparison to before? I know I sort of just asked you that with your mindset, but do you
No,
feel
no,
like
yeah.
more of a do you feel like more of a growth partner now?
100%. I think the focus on the word partner is something that is really, really yeah, that's what it is, right? It's not like a one kind of like, okay, let's do a video for you guys and bye bye. It all of this does feel like more like relationships and videos than videos as well, and growing together. So another customer I'm working with at the moment, doing some video B-roll stuff silent for their website, for like their header website. They didn't want to use stock footage and stuff like that. They rather it would be their own people in their own offices and in their own environment. But then while I was talking to them, I mentioned about uh, working with another customer and doing an event for them that they have. They're like, "Oh, yeah, we have some events, and you seem like you know what you're talking about a bit more than the last person we hired for that." So yeah, there was an opportunity of actually becoming a partner, working with them on more stuff, um, which is great because now I know that I am in where they think of materials and marketing and video. I am their person to go to. I'm their partner. Let's say before I would look at just making a video for someone and be like, finish a project and that's it. Whereas now it's a lot more about, right, we're doing this project and constantly thinking about what are the next things we can do. Again, growing together as partners. So if I'm shooting something with the client, I'm constantly with them thinking about, right, we can reuse that or we can shoot a bit extra. It's always thinking about growth together and going into the future rather than just this immediate project and that's it.
Spot on, spot on. Love it, mate. Love it. Love the fact that I've been able to help you with that, mate. That's quality.
Yeah.
And then so recently, then can you tell me a little bit about your most recent deal? In as much detail as you feel comfortable sharing, but how did that go? How did that materialize, and how's it all gone?
Yeah, 100%. So I think the most recent deal, which was the biggest one that I've closed to date, was 10 grand deal for three short films. So one of them is an expo, which was here in the UK for their industry. And another one would be a brand story because they had an old one from 4 years ago that's probably ended its lifetime. And to be fair, it's not, I don't think, and they don't think it's representative of them as well. And then they have a new platform that they're launching, and they don't want their existing clients to get scared by the new change. So it's about more about that change management and transformation and reassuring them. So these are the three main videos. There'll be shorts and social content coming out of these as well. The way the deal materialized came from actually the full process in the program, which yeah worked well, then into a discovery call. So the whole process of the discovery, which I think was extremely valuable for the clients to see that I know what I'm talking about, and it's not just me trying to sell them video. If I have to guess, I would say they probably had in the back of their mind, we have an expo coming, we'd want someone to film it. But then we had a discovery call and they've realized that I'm a serious growth partner for them and can help them with more things than just that. And that's how we ended up doing more things together. Um, yeah. So that went really well. I've offered them three packages, one which covered just the expo, another one which was the one that they went for, and another one which is big one that would include three case studies for about 20 grand. All in all, what we've decided to do now is to go for the 10 grand, see how we develop the relationship, and then continue from there. So far, it's going really well. I've done a strategy session with them to really identify their tone of voice for the company. That's the whole senior management of their company together with myself, which was great, was really well received. And I've gave them a little strategy playbook that they can use for their
Brilliant.
sales team as well. A lot of things from Forked, so taking that from yourself, to be honest. because it
Love
helps,
it.
so it will probably help them as well.
Totally, man.
Mm. Yeah, so they're very happy. I'm obviously over the moon with them, and then hopefully that opens the doors to more things. And if I'm honest, I think when was that? Probably 5 months ago or something when I joined. Seeing these numbers, I didn't think that would be possible. Yeah, the small projects came in, and then eventually the big deals are coming in now as well, which is great.
Exactly, mate. Spot on. And like some people think like this can be an overnight thing, like bang. Like don't get me wrong, people jump in and I help them with depending on where they're at in their journey, in their process. Sometimes wins come in really quickly and they can do, but like there's a lot more to it than that. It's a very long-term process. It's just reshaping how you view yourself and your approach to things and your relationships with people because it is a long-term, we're in the attention economy. Everyone's watching videos nonstop every day. We don't have to make people look at the screen. Everyone's already looking at the screen. So if we can put the right content on there that invokes the right emotions and makes audiences make buying decisions, it's always a long-term thing. So like planting the seeds now, like doing those strategy sessions with them and leaning into their brand. Brand is absolutely everything. Like that's what Four Creatives is built around is brand and branded content. So the fact you're having those strategy sessions with them, they're clearly positioning you as a respected growth partner already. And they've already given you 10K as a beginning, as a first project. You're delivering. I've seen the work you're putting out there, and it's no doubt going to make a shift in their business. You are absolutely positioning yourself as an asset to them. So, and that's just one client. You know what I mean? You can get them once you get them on retain. Now we do a little operation upsell, start to stack these clients, and you're in a far better position. We could probably jump on a call again in 6 months, 12 months time, or whatever, just to see when you're at that position. So, what would you say then? Like, obviously, our program is very community driven, mainly. That's the biggest thing, probably the community, and then obviously we've got one-to-one coaching with myself and obviously the course material, which is there as well to help you. But yeah, what would you say out of all the different aspects, and obviously the in-person stuff? What do you find the most helpful? Would you say?
Um, it's a tricky one to answer if I'm honest, because I find it all very helpful. Depends on where you're at, and it will change on a weekly basis. So I think at the beginning when I just joined, I was very pleasantly surprised that it was like from your side, like pedal to the metal, like let's go. It's not kind of like, okay, I bought something and now it's on my own leisure time to go and watch it and try it. So no, it's like immediate, like join the community, have a call with Reese, like let's go, let's go, let's go. So they're really, really, really motivated, like right from the get-go. And that's actually something that I think again I've taken from you. For me, when I do stuff with clients now, it's like as soon as they say okay, it's like right, we're going. It's not like right, I'm
Yeah,
just gonna sit back now and wait and this and that. Even though the payment's not clear, no, 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 right, cool. Let's put in a call. Let's get going. Let's get going. Let's go. Yeah, you mean the right. You got. I'm with you. So I immediately felt like wow, okay, this is like I'm in a good place. It's not like I've paid someone and now they've forgotten about me or something like that.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and
And
it's not.
it is a two-way. Sorry to interrupt you. It is a two-way
Yeah,
street at the same time. It's like you've got all the everything there. It's just up to you to get your calls booked in, show up. If you show up, I'm 100%. If people don't show up, then what can you do? But you have just shown up. You've shown up, and that's the bottom line. And we can meet each other halfway, and that's just how it works. So yeah, well
yeah,
done on that, mate. Because some people jump in and expect to be spoon fed. We're all adults here. I'm here to go like fuck with you once you show up. So well done for showing up, mate. And I think that's why we're
yeah,
sat here on this chat is because obviously I've provided what I provided, but you've also done it for yourself as well just by showing up.
yeah. I mean, look, it's hard work. Don't get me wrong. All of it is hard work, and it's not. I'm not saying that I wasn't working hard before. It's more about where is that pointed at and where is the focus. And I do think like having guidance and help on that is really, really important. Because
Mm,
otherwise, you're doing hard work, but it's kind of like bows and arrows against the lightning. It's not gonna actually do something if it's not into the right
yeah,
into the right place. And
exactly. On that point, mate. On that point, I'm just going to pull this up for you and for whoever else is watching. One sec.
okay.
Years, years ago book I read a couple of years ago, and I've been rereading it now, called
Hmm.
Essentialism, and it's
Okay.
about being an essentialist and doing things that are essential. What's the priority? What's going to move the needle quickest? Because like for example, I've actually been prioritizing, I was prioritizing something that wasn't, shouldn't have been that much of a priority. It's taking up my time, and then I slowed down in general. So yeah, like you said, it's about being smart, like working smart, as they say, but knowing where to focus your attention and knowing what is essential and being like an essentialist, as they say in that book. So yeah, there's just a little recommendation off the back of that point.
I- I'll
It's a
I'll
bit,
put I'll put it on my reading list.
yeah, mate, get involved. It's good.
I mean, I'll
Sorry,
listen
mate,
to it.
I
That's what
interrupted
it
your
is.
point.
But no, mate, honestly, I mean, it's something that I kind of like wanted to tell you that I was like, I was really surprised, but I know that I've joined on, a lot of you guys trusting me than more me trusting you, if you know what I mean. So you guys put a lot of trust in me to actually get out there and do the stuff without even knowing me. And again, I thought like, yeah, cool. So I've paid this and then it's gonna watch a bunch of videos and it's gonna be like someone talking at me and telling me what I've been doing wrong with my life. But no, it was like I was so surprised with the whole kind of like, right, let's go have a chat with Reese, join the community and this and that. I was like, this is like it almost felt like cheating in a way, that I got access to something for you guys just believing in me and then yeah, getting all that knowledge in the community and everything. It was really, really nice, man.
Oh, amazing, man. Well, it's my
Yeah, feel free
pleasure.
to edit that out.
Absolutely. It's no, no, no. I'll, it's absolutely my pleasure, mate. And look, we're sat here having this chat now, and that goes to show it was a good decision for everybody. So happy days, mate. And the trajectory has been established, like exactly where it's going. If you look at like, very objectively speaking, you look at where you were then a little few months later, then a few months after that, then now look at the direction things are going in. Just keep up with the momentum, keep on showing up, keep on doing what you know you should be doing, and it's just going to end up in a really it's going to end up in a
Yeah.
really good place with a really good outcome. So just keep it
Yeah, I
going,
mean,
mate.
I have another little win to share with you actually, while we're on this. So a customer that I kind of like had from before from a little documentary I did for a charity. So obviously I had no money involved. But they then pointed someone to me because of that experience, and I went with them through the whole discovery process and everything, and they were really happy about that and ended up winning that project as well. Again, not for a lot of money, but then I think the way I carried myself through with that project and the whole management of it, and again going through all the things and saying, okay, I know you guys are doing that is more charitable, but what are the actual goals you want to achieve with the film? I get it that you want to document something, but what is it that you want to achieve with that? And we actually defined the goals and everything. I think they were very happy about it, that now they have a budgeted documentary coming up, and I'm the first person they thought of.
There you go.
So yeah, yeah. I think
It's
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, mate, and you can see why people trust you more when you have this approach. It's the same thing with like I come from like a filmmaking background, right? And when you're, I remember being in film school very long time ago, like 15 years ago, maybe now, but it's around that. And some people would just like try and make little short films just for the sake of putting a nice shot in and using this light and using this lens and using this and using and like it's like okay, that's all like real camera people or the more editing people would be like, oh, we'll do this, we'll put this transition in and make this cut and make this, and like only only like a handful of people really understood, okay, why are we doing this? Why are we making this film? What's the message? What are we trying to say here? That's primary. The filmmaking element, how the shot portrays, tells the story in its composition, like in whatever else, how the editing tells the story. That's secondary. That is the story is the thing that's traveling the fastest, and the other things need to complement and help it. And the same thing applies when you're talking to people who are using video for their own marketing. It's like, okay, well, why are we doing this? Why are we making this video? It's the same analogy. Um, and just having that approach, and I think that lands well with creatives because I think most people come from loosely a filmmaking background, some sort of, narrative-led
yeah,
creative background. So it's always leading with that, always leading with that. And people will just respect you more. They'll see you as an asset and they'll want to work with you long term because that is how you are a growth partner. So yeah, mate, and this really does apply to you massively because that's exactly, you've taken the wheel with the whole situation and just share a win from doing exactly that.
yeah. And I think all of it comes together at the end of the day. So from the discovery to the strategy sessions, yeah, they're so key. Because if you talked about fancy transitions and cuts and whatnot and kinetic editing and all that stuff, but which is great and would apply for the video I just shared with you because there are the buzzy little coffee shop kind of thing.
Mm,
But my other client, basically, after the strategy sessions and discovery calls, we realized that they are basically no nonsense, very direct. Um, they're not what's the word I'm looking for? They're not really, jumpy or this kind of thing. We came down
mm,
with right, so you guys are HSBC and not Monzo. And they said, yeah, and we're proud of being that. We don't mind saying it. And that's really important because that I cannot really do jump like crazy jump cuts and stuff like that in the editing, right? I'm not gonna do speed ramps for into someone's eye and then opens up and things like that. I need to show something that is a bit more solid, respected.
mm. Yeah, exactly. And that's when a real creative will adhere to the brand's goal, not just use like some people have got their own style and they copy and paste that with every client. It can take you so far, but the real creatives will understand why and what they're doing, what they're doing and why they're doing it. Uh, and then the creative process comes from there. So yeah, mate, it's always the best way to approach it because it's always emotion led, and emotion, like once again, and I've said this once, is why people buy. So it's the right approach, mate. It just is. It's how it works at the highest level, and I've seen it working at the highest level with the biggest brands. That it always emotion led, and then you get quite mature creatives on those bigger projects. But ultimately, it's the same formula. Um, and then what about the like? Just go back to the program. Like, have you found the community helpful then?
Oh man, immensely. Like honestly, every time I had a question, you can go and you can do like a Google search and this and that and watch some reviews. But then you have actual people who are literally in the same boat as you, who are they're probably people for everyone who are a bit more experienced than them, or much more experienced than them, or less experienced, or much less experienced than them in the group, in the community. So you can always get a really good answer or a few answers to point you in the direction. So when it comes to like gear recommendations, or I remember very nice when we met in person. So I remember Charlie, myself, and Suresh sitting together, and I probably have a bit more experience than Suresh, much less experience than Charlie on that specific topic of lighting an interview. And we all just talked about it in a very nice and open way. It wasn't like Charlie going, I'm just going to teach you guys. It was more like, wow, what are we trying to achieve? It's kind of like a very nice round conversation. And together, we all talked about Suresh's upcoming interview and came up with ideas and drew some things and positions and lights. And so I think Suresh has some shots that he's taken on his phone from his recce as well. I learned a lot. I think Suresh had a very successful shoot because he shared it with us later. Um, and yeah, and just talking about kit and stuff like that. So from that to me going to shoot my first event, which I was quite nervous about because I've never shot events before. And I'm like, what do I do? So I reached up to a couple of the guys in the group, asked if they were available, and if they know who they can recommend in the group. And I ended up working with Damon on that shoot specifically. And yeah, it was just great. It was great. He literally came to my help. I paid him obviously, but it was great. It was really good because before that we talked about kit and preparation. I shared with him the scripts and the sources we would need, and he gave his feedback as well. It was just really nice. And I
Nice,
think
mate.
the community is so important, and it's really, really, really what kind of like gave me motivation a lot of the times. I think I told you on a few of our calls, like, well, I'm gonna need to go through that mindset module again. I must have watched that like 4 times over the since starting, because there are lows and it is hard work at the end of the day. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's hard work, right? You're reaching out to people, and the amount of replies you're getting sometimes is not a lot. But the ones that do reply, if you get on a discovery call with them, I don't know, my closing rate from discovery calls is very high once you get them. So at the end of the day, it is a numbers game. It's hard work, and the community is there to kind of like support you throughout. That's what I feel. But then, you get on a group call and people are sharing their experience, and yeah, and you realize that, right, this is just what it is sometimes. And then a week later, one of those people will reply and you'll get on a discovery call and materializes to something. And yeah, but the community is
Yeah.
there to support throughout the way, which is really nice.
Totally, man. And I did one of these with Ian yesterday. So for anyone watching who's seen that as well, I'm just repeating this here, but it is such a common theme. Is anybody, everybody has ups and downs, of good days, bad days, good weeks, bad weeks. And especially as creatives, sometimes we can let our emotions get in the way and slow us down. And we can, if one thing doesn't go so well, we start to convince ourselves, oh, we're a failure. But then what the community really does is just irons that out, sorts that out, gets rid of that way of thinking because a problem shared, especially with people who um, no, but there's no judgment there because we are all in the community for the same reason. So we are all going through the same thing. So it's just created this environment, but there's just no judgment. There never has been. There's never been said a hint of that in any of our calls ever. It's such a good environment to be in. Because people get so much from it, from the community sharing those things, and instantly then it gets rid of that doubt. And because the doubt is what slows you down. And ultimately, we're all running a business. We're all looking, and you can't run a business without speed. It's like the number one rule. So the
Yeah.
doubt slows you down. Eliminate that doubt, it'll speed you back up, get you to where you need to be, and it'll pull the time you arrive at that goal, it'll just pull it closer to the present. So yeah, it's a
Yeah.
common theme,
Can
man.
I say something?
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, I remember that there was, I think twice that I've shared discovery calls that I've had. And you guys kind of like reviewed them in the call. And in my back of my mind, I was like, okay, I know they're probably gonna say X or Y, which I felt was like not good, and I had doubts about that. But then you guys actually gave me pointers that were completely different, and everyone said that the things that I thought I was not doing well were like completely fine, and that's so helpful, mate, because you're like, okay,
Mm.
cool. So I just don't need to focus on that. Like, F that. I'm just gonna like now I know what I need to work with. So yeah, that whole thing with the community is so good. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it is, mate. It's quality, and I love it. I love getting involved in it. I love speaking to everybody a few times a week. We have 3 calls a week, and I take one of them at the moment. But yeah, it's class, mate. I'm really glad that you get so much out of it as well. Okay, and then let's wrap it up then. Is there anything you'd say to anyone who's like thinking of jumping in, who's on the fence? Like, what would you say to them?
Yeah, 100%. I would say, look, if you're doing video and you're working with clients and you want to get more clients, and I would say more than that, if you want to enjoy the work a bit more, quite a lot more, then definitely go for it. It's hard work, but I'll say why you will enjoy it a lot more because once you go through the process with the discovery and the strategy sessions with the clients and you actually understand and they understand the problems and you're on the same page and you're fixing the same things for them, that there's not a lot of headaches of, oh, change this or change that in terms of edits and all of these things because you're on the same page already from the get-go. So I've enjoyed my work a lot more since. Obviously, I'm getting paid more as well for my work because they see the worth and the value. Um, yeah, and the community is there to help, which is brilliant. I think the fact that you keep updating the course materials like on almost like a weekly basis with everything that is changing from AI to the latest trends to the new modules about building your own brand and things like that. I think again it goes back to what I was saying earlier. It's not kind of like, well, I'm paying for this course that was recorded 2 years ago and that's about it. It's a live thing that keeps evolving. Um,
It has
And
to.
I'm really, really grateful to be part of the community and all of it, mate. Like honestly, I'm so glad that I saw that ad on that thing on Instagram, and I think we chatted a bit. Um, yeah, yeah. Yeah, mate. Honestly, it's like I don't know what I would have done otherwise. It's like, yeah,
Ah, mate, I'm landed. I'm over the moon for you.
yeah.
Yeah, just thrilled for you, mate. And I'm really happy you joined and happy to be a part of your process. Just to be a small tool in that process for you. And long
Oh
may
yeah,
it
big man,
continue.
man.
Like yeah, I say this to everyone who jumps on these success story calls. Long may it continue. Like, why wouldn't it? And like you say, we're updating it all the time. We are keeping up. Like I say that all the time in all my own marketing content. You need to keep up. You need to keep up because it is changing. The world is changing. The market's changing. What we deliver is changing, and we've got our finger on well and truly on the pulse, keeping up with it. And like you said, the course material, it does update every week, pretty much. There's always new stuff or stuff being replaced. It's not as if there's 1,000 videos to watch. That's not what it is. Like people can get through it relatively easily. But it's just things get replaced, things get updated, and we keep each other in the loop. All right, mate. Happy days. Well,
Oh,
lastly, Was you going to say something then?
I was going to ask, are we doing like another meetup to wrap up the year, like a Christmas thing?
Yes, we're doing a we're doing a quarterly. So we did Q1, we had to miss Q2 because all of my personal stuff was going on. But then Q3, we did. So then Q4 is October. It's October, November, December. Yeah, it is October. So yeah, we're doing next month. I haven't booked that yet, so thanks for reminding me. We get a Q4 end of year, end last quarter in-person meetup in. Maybe we'll switch the location this time. I don't know. We've done the same place twice now, which has been good. But
Hmm.
anyway, that's another story. I'll let you know about that. Lastly, mate, are you happy with your return on your investment in the program?
Oh, are you joking, mate? Yeah, of course. Yeah,
There you go.
100%. It's
There we
like,
go.
I don't know, I've like more than 5 times the investment. Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
If not more than
lovely.
that. Sorry, my math might be a bit off, but uh,
That'll do, mate. If we got you that, then happy days. I'm happy to have
yeah.
been
Yeah, and it's
that
not,
asset.
I mean, sorry, it's probably a lot more because I think some of the things I got I wouldn't have been able to get without it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, perfect
Um,
sense.
yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, I don't, it's not like, because if I think if I didn't make that investment, there's no way I would have had the knowledge that I had now. And it's not just the knowledge, it's like the momentum that I got again from the community and all the things we just talked about. I'm not going to repeat myself, but I think it just unlocks something that it's kind of like you don't know what you don't know. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Um,
yeah,
so the value in it is just, yeah,
yeah. And there's only so much, like, to go back to what you said about like you can Google search stuff and whatever else, but there's only so much ChatGPT can tell you. Being in a real community will give you 10 times what ChatGPT can give you, in my opinion,
yeah,
going
yeah,
off
yeah.
all the stuff that we share.
It's the community, it's the drive, it's the let's go from you at the start. I think that first welcome video with like book the call, join the community, do it now, let's go, let's go. I think these kind of things that you won't get. Yeah.
Mm, yeah.
I think
Well,
very highly
mate,
of myself. Didn't have the power to do these things myself, without the community and all that.
great. Happy days, mate. Like I'm so thrilled to jump on this call with you, hear about your success, mate, and know that we've helped through the process. So thank you, Ben.
Awesome. It
And
was one of my
yeah, mate.
goals to be on one of those success goals, so I'm quite happy. Finally
Here
done
we
it.
go. Here we go. We're here, mate. We're
Yeah,
here.
onwards and
Let's
upwards.
do another one in like 6 months. See where you're at, mate. Get a
Yeah,
little update. All right,
yeah.
mate. Happy days. Nice one, Ben. I'll speak to you
I'm
soon, mate.
not available for the community call tomorrow because I want to shoot. So
That's all good.
yeah,
That's all
man.
good, mate.
Awesome.
You can jump on next week's one or the one on Friday. All right, bro. Thank you very much, and we'll
Yeah.
catch up soon.
Have a good one, mate.
Thanks, mate. Top man.
Bye.